All right, so it's the Horse Train back with Casey, and this episode we are going to talk more horror movie recommendations. We're about to enter the last week of October. Halloween is next week, and let's talk some horror movies. But first and foremost, I got to call out Casey here. Like last time, this guy was wearing a great Get Out t-shirt from Graveyard Goods, and then I see this guy pop in, obviously representing our team Giants from the Bay Area, but this guy got a Scorpion King 2001 crew hoodie that you got off the Warner Brothers store, huh?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
That's
it's yeah, as you can tell, big Jordan Peele fan. Got to drop in the little Easter eggs for one of the greats. Nope.
dude, that like what you're wearing. Oh, is that it's a reference to Scorpion King? I mean to
Yeah,
Nope.
he wears it
That's
in the beginning of the movie.
right. Dude, even better. Because I was going to say, I was listening to a podcast the other day, and the director of that movie was the guest of Scorpion King, Chuck Russell,
Oh yeah.
and was talking about that. And he's a great filmmaker. He actually did like the third Nightmare on Elm Street. He did like a new horror film not too long ago, Witchboard, the Witchboard remake. But he was talking about Scorpion King, and it's just so funny. That's literally the last podcast I listened to this week. And then here you are fucking wearing that. But it is from Nope. God damn,
Yeah.
that's fucking sick,
Yeah, come
Casey.
on now. I said I like the Mummy. I don't like the Scorpion King. That movie's garbage.
Did they even like when you purchase that, like do they say in the description like this is obviously a reference to Nope?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I think it's just Scorpion King hoodie.
That's fucking sick. Hold on, I think okay, I'm because my remember my cousin Ralphie?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he might pass by. He might text me. I'm just if he does text me, I'm gonna be like, hey, just I'll give him the code to unlock the front door and he'll get in. But that's fucking sick, dude. That's fucking hella cool. I just love that, and it's just so cool. That's even Nope too. It's like Nope, Scorpion King, just all synergy. I fucking love it. And I was just listening to that podcast. Um, you didn't catch any movies this week, huh?
Nah, it's a busy week over here. I caught some
Dude,
movies on like streaming and stuff,
streaming,
but
yeah.
yeah,
Dude.
but didn't get to the theaters. I wanted to catch Bogania, but only got a limited release. It doesn't go
A
wide until
limited
next
release,
week.
huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Right,
catch it on Thursday.
dude. I gotta say, this is like one of the best. Well, we'll discuss this on another episode, but this is really one of the best years of film. I think 2025 because this week I saw Shelby Oaks from Chris Stuckman. I don't know if you follow Chris Stuckman. He does like he's a
Mm.
YouTuber and that's where he started, and then evolution. Long story short, he's able to make a movie, and it was dope as fuck for a debut. Scared the fuck out of me. And
Yeah,
then
I've been.
Begonia, fucking dude, I got like we gotta talk Begonia. When you see it, we gotta talk about that one. And
Yeah,
I'm not
that'll
gonna
be
say
our next one. I definitely
yeah,
want to catch both of those. I want to. I've been following Shelby Oaks for a while, and
yeah,
like the behind the scenes, and you
same.
know how he filmed an entirely different version of the film, and then he got funding and went back and reshot it.
Mhm.
So,
I just saw
I
that article today. I did not know
yeah,
that he got extra funding to go back and retool some things, huh?
and he originally filmed it as a found footage film, and then
Bro,
yeah,
yeah,
so
dude,
I definitely want to catch that. And then Bogania has been in my like top five most anticipated for like the whole year, so I'm excited for that one.
that guy's a great filmmaker. I got into Yorgos like way later in the game. I saw The Favorite like years later. I didn't see it when it first came out, and then Some Kinds of Kindness. But Begonia, I gotta be honest, that might be my favorite Yorgos film right there. I fell in love with that movie. Go see that shit. Go see that shit, and we gotta talk about it. Like
Oh yeah.
I have thoughts. I have thoughts on that one.
We'll do
Uh,
that next weekend.
yeah, and then Frankenstein, bro. I just saw Frankenstein, man, and holy shit, dude. You gotta try it, bro. How like there's no theaters. Like, have you been keeping an eye on it? Is it not even this next week? Anything popping up for that one in
I
your
haven't
area?
seen anything. I
Fuck.
know it's very like limited, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it because I don't think it comes out on Netflix till like the 7th of
Okay,
November, so
yeah.
it's still like 2 weeks out. So,
I hope they expand it.
anything can change.
Yeah, that movie. You gotta see it on the big screen, dude. Like, and if not, you watch that when it's on Netflix. Turn off the lights, bro. Put the volume up, and really try and take in as much of an experience as
Put
that
your
one.
phone away.
Yeah, dude. Like that movie. That's another one. We'll if you don't see it until Netflix, then that's cool because I'm definitely gonna watch it a few more times, and then we'll definitely talk Frankenstein. But
And I feel
I'm just
like
blown
that
away.
would. I feel like that'd be a good one to loop Hector in on too, because you
I
know.
texted him. I told him I was like, "Hey, go watch that one and let's talk
But
about it."
even if he
So,
doesn't get to, like, if he could see it on Netflix, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
exactly. Oh,
Like
dude,
catch it on
if
streaming or
anything,
whatever.
that might be a cool one to have like a round table. I'll get like Cheyenne. I'll get Hector. Let me see. Like, well, I'll see if I can get a few other people in on that one because it's just such a fucking immaculate film. But
Yeah.
long story short, just this past week is just another reminder what a fucking epic year this year has been for film. Like, fuck box office. Like, I hate talking box office talk, but just like looking at the quality and the stories that have been presented this year, bar none, one of the best. I was thinking about what was that year when we saw like Dark Knight, Hellboy 2, and all those Wanted. Like, there's just so many cool movies coming out that year.
Cloverfield too.
Cloverfield, bro. Like that's what I was thinking the other day. I was like, bro, this has to be the most memorable year of film since that year, which I think was like, I can't remember
Oh
what year
wait,
was that. That was when Dark Knight came out. What year was that? I can't remember. I gotta look
I
it
think it
up.
was oh 08.
Was it '08? Yeah, that was such a great year. But yeah, dude, I can't wait for you to see all three of those movies. I really want to know what you think about them. But yeah, let's talk some. It's the final week of October. We're gonna share. I got 5 films to share. Um, but let's talk horror movies recommendations. What are you gonna be watching, Casey? What are your the week of Halloween? What are some of the horror films you're into that you got to watch?
You know, it's funny. One of the ones that used to scare me a lot as a kid. You brought it up a couple weeks ago in our chat, and I recently watched it as well. But a movie used to terrify me as a kid. It was Arachnophobia,
So
and
good.
I rewatched that one. And dude, that movie hits, dude. That movie is the I don't know what it is, but rewatching it as an adult, you can laugh about it more. You know, as a kid, you're like, those spiders are out to get you.
That definitely was the introduction to like no, I don't fuck with spiders. I've kind of like learned to appreciate spiders more in the last few years, but like that movie definitely as a kid when you watch that one, that definitely kind of gives you a bad fucking view on spiders. You're just like, fuck you guys.
When they're
You're
all
just
coming out of the walls and into the sockets and the
the
doorknob and
ending, dude,
everything.
when Jeff Daniels moves the TV, he walks into his house to get his family, and they just start coming out of the woodwork like an army of spiders, bro. But I think that whenever I watch that movie, it definitely because we don't get enough of this. Well, I think that's why I love this year because it felt like a lot of original films instead of hell of IP, instead of hell of franchises. And that's what's dope about Arachnophobia, dude. That's like, how did that movie get made? Like, I gotta do a deep dive on the making of that film, how it got greenlit. Like, it's just that type of movie. You can't get that kind of movie made nowadays.
Yeah,
It'd
you're
be an
not gonna get
indie
that.
film. It'd be an indie film on Shutter or Screenbox or some shit.
And
It's
that was a
direct to
wide
streaming,
release.
not a wide release. Not having actors like early John Goodman. That was my introduction to John Goodman, not Roseanne. Arachnophobia, bro.
Dude, the theme song that he has in that whenever he comes on screen,
The
that
funny
kills
ass
me.
jingle in the background.
Oh man, it's so good.
Was that dun it, it takes away like whenever he's on screen, it takes away the fact that you're lightweight traumatized by all the little fucking spiders in there. You're just like, oh,
Yep.
which is great casting because that's probably he's giving the audience a breath of fresh air, a sigh of relief. Like,
He goes in with the two little squirt guns on the porch and
bro, just like their weapon, it looks like just straight acid that he's spraying all over the place. And I'm like, what the? I think there was one scene where he sprayed a whole ladder in the farmhouse or whatever. Like he sprayed a whole, and it's like looking like acid. It's eating through it, and this fool's touching it with his hands and shit right after. I'm like, this is wild. But Arachnophobia, that's dope. Yeah. What would you watch that on? What's it? Let the audience know. What's that one streaming on right now?
I forget what service it was on. I want to say Amazon Prime.
You might be right because I
I
can't
think
remember.
so.
I streamed it too, and I can't remember where it was streaming on. We got to keep a list of where we can recommend where these are
Yeah.
streaming. But okay, I love Arachnophobia, but classic. I did text you the other day about that one. So I'll go with I don't think I mentioned this last time, but I fucking and
It's
I
on
didn't.
Hulu. I just checked. It's on
It's on
Hulu.
Hulu.
Sorry.
Perfect. Go
Yeah.
check out Arachnophobia on Hulu. If you haven't seen it, you're in for a fucking treat. Um, I gotta go with Halloween 3. I definitely am gonna watch Halloween 3 this week, which is one like when I was growing up, I was not a huge fan, just like everyone else, because Michael's not in it. But as I got older, you've seen Halloween 3, yeah, you've watched
Oh
Halloween
yeah.
three.
Yeah.
like as I get older, it just gets more and more like that's the October vibe. That is the movie you got to watch. Like it's like it goes hand in hand with the first Halloween, which is probably going to be controversial with hella people. But like the week of Halloween is like you got to watch the first one, which I watched last night. I watched it on Carpenter's Halloween. But I know this week there's going to be a definitely dedicated sit down to watching Halloween 3, which I believe. I don't know where it's streaming actually. I think that might be on Shudder because I own that one. But Halloween, that's gonna be the one I watch this week for sure. Halloween 3.
That's a good one. Yeah, it's got it has a definitely a different tone, and like if you go into it expecting like a Michael Myers Halloween,
Mm-hmm.
it's probably gonna turn you off on it. Like I remember, like the first time I watched it, I almost turned it off. But
Yeah,
I hate like once I start a movie, I hate stopping or turning it off. So I push through, and uh, I'm glad I
because we
did.
weren't, we weren't around when I got to double check when that movie came out, but we weren't around. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
weren't existing yet. So like when you do get introduced to Michael Myers as a kid, and you're like, oh, I saw the first Halloween, and I'm like, I gotta watch. There's more of these motherfuckers. You see Halloween 2, and you're like, oh shit, that was cool. I love Halloween 2. And then you get to Halloween 3, and you're like, I remember sitting there, and I'm like, yo, where's Michael, bro? Like, is this is like the longest wait to see this guy come on screen, and then you're watching these like androids or robots that are fucking killing people, but they have the same mannerism and walking style, Michael. You're just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you could imagine, bro. Audiences must have been heartbroken when they went to the theater to sit down and watch Halloween 3, and they're like, what in the fuck is going on here? Michael isn't in this one.
Yeah, I'm
So
curious how they advertised it and promoted it. Like I want to kind of want to watch the trailer for that one and see what like how they marketed it, you know? Be
there's teaser
curious.
trailers. The original trailers are out there, but it's still kind of. I feel like the trailers were a little misleading because they kind of hint. There's like an over sensing, like they're tricking you into thinking that Michael might be in it. I remember seeing the teaser. The teaser kind of tricks you. It's a witch. It's like a close up, but still kind of like there's this. It almost looks like an aged Michael mask. You know what I mean? I think there was some trickery in how they marketed that one.
Huh.
But I know audiences ripped that one to fucking shreds when that one came out. I think it was a minute before the fourth one came out after that. But
And
now,
now it's
obviously,
like it's
beloved.
deemed like the one of the best in the franchise, like a cult classic,
Cult
you know?
following, huge cult following. But it's funny because I posted about Halloween 3 last week on my page, and there's still people who are just like, fuck this movie. And I'm like, oh, these are probably all the 50-year-olds and 60-year-olds who went to the theaters to see that one. They're still disappointed. But yeah, Halloween
Yeah.
3, directed by Tommy Lee Wallace. I don't know where it's streaming, but I know it does get released on some streaming services. But what's your next one, Casey? What you got?
Uh, I gotta go with The Thing. Like that's just an all around that's a classic and it fits the vibe, especially here in Detroit. It's getting colder. It has not
Um,
snowing yet, but it's gonna start snowing, and that just feels like, the kind of movie like I said where you just turn on the fireplace and just cozy up and just yeah, I gotta go with The Thing.
Things classic. That's definitely. I love a lot of John Carpenter movies, bro. Look at you at the Giants Cup too. Damn, you are all. Is there a Giants game today? What's going on here, Casey? You about it
No,
today,
no,
dude? He's just
yeah.
repping He's repping the Bay over there.
I'm just repping the Bay,
Um,
you know?
yeah, things classic. That's the thing. Honestly, is one of those movies that like probably the same with you. I revisit that one a lot every year. I definitely multiple times. I watch that every year. But again, that's one of those. Yeah, I will wait until it's like cold day. A cold, foggy day. Maybe even if it's raining over here. Like I'll definitely watch the thing. That's classic. Yeah, thing is just super fucking classic. Um, and the next one for me would be this is only in the past few years now where I saved this one for October. I do like watching Grindhouse in October, especially the week of Halloween, and not the movies separated, right? Not putting on Death Proof
Oh,
and
yeah,
putting
you gotta
on
watch
Planet
the whole
Terror.
thing.
Watch the whole thing, which I do still have that Blu-ray, and I don't know if that's a discontinued Blu-ray, but I know I was pumped when they finally released what the theatrical version was. And I just fucking love watching that as a double feature. Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez, like that was a special movie that even still, I don't think it's developed a cult following yet. But I know, within the next 10, 20 years, watch it'll come. There'll come a moment for Grindhouse where it develops a huge cult following. But I just fucking love that, the fake trailers and everything, and that. When's the
I
last time
mean,
you watched?
it gave us Thanksgiving, you know?
It did, it
It,
did, and Machete.
oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
right,
it gave us
two
Machete.
Machete films, bro. So like
Um,
thank you for bringing that up. That is the legacy of it. Like it did breed new films, and I think Eli Roth does want to do. They are going to do another Thanksgiving, I believe.
yeah, he's
Uh,
working on it. He's doing, because I'm in the horror section
mhm.
thing,
Oh,
so
that's
he
right.
yeah, he like sends updates. He's working on an original movie called Ice Cream Man right now, and
Okay,
then
okay.
he's gonna go and work
He's
on
directing it, or is he
Thanksgiving.
producing it for someone?
He's directing it.
He's directing it. Okay,
Yeah,
okay. That's right. You are a part of that. And you know what? We'll save that for another episode too. We're going to talk about that because I do want to get your insight
yeah.
on how that's been for you. But yeah, that's I mean yeah, just like if you haven't seen Grindhouse, it's the double feature of Death Proof and Planet Terror, where you get both presentations. They're different edits of the full length features they released after the fact. But if you watch it as the double feature Grindhouse, you get the fake trailers where there was one directed by Robert Rodriguez, which is Machete. There's one directed by Eli Roth, who did Thanksgiving. Even Edgar Wright did one with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, where it's I think Don't. I think it's called Don't.
Yeah,
And then
don't.
Rob Zombie, even with the werewolf, the what was it, werewolf SS
Happy
zombie?
Werewolves.
Yeah, the werewolf women of the SS or some shit like that. Yeah, Grindhouse. If you haven't seen it, try and find the double feature and watch it. Enjoy it. Get your popcorn out.
Yeah,
Um,
it's been a minute since I've seen it. It's weird because I think about that movie a lot.
mm,
Specifically, I think about like Death Proof, just because like
yeah,
the imagery in it and stuff.
that proves so
Um,
dope.
yeah, I think I need to revisit that one for sure.
Did you see that one in theaters?
Oh yeah,
You did catch
yeah,
the double
we
feature.
caught it
Okay.
in theaters.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that'd be my next one. So
Mm.
right now, yeah, so what we got so far? You said Arachnophobia. I said Halloween 3. You said The Thing. I said Grindhouse. What's next from Casey?
I'm gonna go with the fun one. Ready or Not,
Ooh,
because the part two comes out next year, I think. So
yeah,
I'm hoping we
yeah,
get a trailer soon. Yeah, Kate and I just rewatched that one a couple days ago.
yeah,
It's a lot of fun, dude. It's just such a blast, and like I love those horror movies that you can just kind of shut your brain off, just have fun, and just like
yeah,
live in that world, you know?
yeah. That was a surprise one. I didn't see that in theaters. I watched it when it was finally available on streaming, and I loved it. I loved how it ends. I loved the story and how it progresses. Samara Weaving is the shit. I think Samara Weaving is a fucking fantastic horror actress. If I had to pick out of all the Scream queens, she's definitely one of my favorites, and I think she goes really underrated right now. I don't think people need to talk more about her. But yeah, that's Ready or Not, and I am ready for that sequel. I like what those guys do too, because they did. I felt like Abigail went unappreciated, but I really dug that one. And then I loved, even though I'm so sad that they weren't going to come back and finish it out, I loved what they did with Scream. Those directors, I really
Yeah,
fucking loved what they did with those last two Scream films. But obviously, a lot of politics and weird shit happened for around surrounding the next one, the third one, and of their franchise, and it's a whole new cast director. I think they brought Kevin Williamson back, but those guys are cool. And Ready or Not, yeah, that was their debut film, I think, and they rocked
yeah, I
with that.
think
I gotta
so.
revisit that one. I've only watched it once, but I really liked it.
Yeah, it's a blast, and I like how the story feels really contained, but
Mm.
the world feels so lived in. Like
Yeah,
there's so much more you can do with it. But
yeah. The details in that movie, the there's yeah, you could feel they could expand on a lot more because you really aren't given a full scope of what's going on, right? There's a lot of unanswered questions, and enough for them to build up. I could see where they could have fun, like let's write another script, a progression of this story. Is Samara Weaving going to be in it? I forget. I
yeah,
forget if she is.
her and Catherine Newton is going to be in it too.
Oh no, shit. Oh, okay. I like her. Okay. Yeah. Fuck. Ready or not? That. Make sure I'm gonna watch that this week. I'm gonna revisit that one this week. The next one for me, yeah, The Exorcist. I always got to watch The Exorcist during the week of Halloween. That one's just epic. That's one of the first horror movies where I watched it and I was like, oh, this is different. This is an epic horror film. You know, there's scope to it. There's intelligence. It's feels more adult. You know what I mean? Like not pandering to a young audience. This is just a movie that wants to freak everyone the fuck out. And I love Exorcist. I got like a just such a strong love for that film. When was the last time you watched that one?
It's been a while.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I maybe like a year ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you always like Exorcist? Are you a fan of that one?
I did. I mean, I didn't catch it until later.
Okay,
Um,
you saw it
I
later in
don't,
life.
just
Yeah.
for whatever reason, I just never. I knew about it and I was aware of it, but I've been more into like fun horror, like
Hmm.
characters and creature design and stuff. So I don't know, but yeah, I liked it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's definitely got like an unsettling like
Oh, yeah.
feel to it. Like uh, a lot of horror movies, you go in, you're like, okay, like you kind of know what to expect, but this
Hmm.
one is like you don't know what's going on.
Yeah. It's a great first time watch. And honestly, that book, I have such a love for it because I read the book before I saw the movie, and the book just really scared the fuck out of me. And I read it like I wasn't like a young kid; I was older. I saw the book, I read the book, and saw the movie, and not as like a youngster, but as like I was probably like a teenager. But that book really just terrified me. And then when I saw the movie is definitely one of those. It's a solid, fantastic adaptation of a book. People complain about adaptations of books and whatnot into movies, but I think The Exorcist is such a solid translation to the big screen. So I just have a love for it because it did scares me, and the only thing that really scares me in horror films is when it deals with the occult and devils and all that. That shit gets under my skin real bad. So Exorcist is still effective for me. I watched that one and I'm just like, fuck, I hope I don't go to hell or anything like that. Um,
I didn't even know that it was a book.
yeah, yeah. Oh, dude, for you and for anyone listening, like that one, if you really want to get scared, it's not a long book. It's a quick, short read. It's not a big ass thick book that you have to read, and it goes by just so. It's just such a great read, and it's terrifying. It's fucking terrifying, that book. But yeah, The Exorcist. That'd be my next one. What about you, Casey?
For number four, I gotta go with Drag Me to Hell. That movie to me is so underrated.
That's a big one
Like,
for you.
oh yeah, like that was
You always talked about that one.
I don't I don't want to say it introduced me to horror, but it reignited my
Hmm.
excitement for horror, I think.
Hmm.
And it, it has the same feel as like I'm assuming for people in like the or like late 70s, early 80s watching like Evil Dead for the first time. Like
Yeah.
for me, that is my Evil Dead. So
Yeah, that was your Sam Raimi. Was that probably your first Sam Raimi horror movie? Did you see Evil Dead yet or no?
uh, that came out in 2009. I may have seen Evil Dead like
Okay.
before, but I didn't. I
Yeah.
don't didn't remember it.
I mean,
I
if
think
I
that
remember,
once I
Drag Me to
saw it.
Hell. Go ahead.
Yep, yeah, you
I
go.
pretty like Drag Me to Hell was like his Sam Raimi hadn't done horror in hella long. That was kind of like his
Yeah.
return to horror, right? Because he did the Spider-Man trilogy. He was working on years for the Spider-Man trilogy.
Hmm.
But I
So
remember
that
when
was
that one
like
came
his
out, that was
return.
a big deal for you. You were on top of all the movie news on Drag Me to Hell and everything. And did we see that one together?
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
You did, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That
I
was a
think me,
fun
you,
one.
and Hector, we went to the midnight release for it.
Did we do the midnight one? Yeah,
Yeah,
fucking miss those midnight releases.
dude. And
Um,
then we would hang out and just talk in the
mm,
parking lot till like
bro,
sometimes until the sun came up.
you ain't
different
lying, dude. You just took
different
me back with
times.
that. We would, huh? We would stand in front of the theater and just bullshit about whatever movie we saw for. We were about it, dude. Casey, we're still about it. But like those
And
days,
then
yeah.
and then we would go like sometimes breakfast spots to start opening up. We'd go get breakfast.
Just go get, yeah, dude. We're just crazy. Fuck. Just
Yeah,
didn't
I
care
couldn't
about
do that
sleep.
anymore.
No, hell no, dude. All nighters. Whenever it does happen, I'm like, Jesus. I think I just lost a year of my life.
Gonna take the next
Um,
2 days to recover.
you know what I mean? Yeah, for real. But
But
that's cool. Drag Me to
yeah,
Hell.
that one, yeah, that was it. Definitely like reignited my love for horror.
Yeah.
And then that's when I went back and started watching a lot of the other Raimi films. That's I
Okay.
got introduced to Darkman
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. Yeah.
through that
Oh,
one. Uh, so
that was the gateway to look at Sam Raimi's stuff that was outside of Spider-Man.
yep. I
For
like I
Casey.
said, I think I had seen Evil Dead like once before, but I didn't connect with it because I think at the time I was expecting it to be like a true horror film, but it was more
Mhm.
on like the comic-y like silly
Yeah. Yeah.
side, and so
Yeah.
went back and revisited it and rewatched Evil Dead 2 and all that stuff, and oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Drag Me. I got to revisit that one too because it's been a minute. I've always wondered whatever happened to that Alison Lohman, the lead
Yeah,
actress.
she
She was
did
a good
good.
actress though. Like she's I liked all the movies she's in, and she was on like kind of a roll those years. But I gotta look into that. I wonder whatever happened to her. That you're just reminding me with like Drag Me because I haven't watched that one in a minute. But that was because you were also correct me if I'm wrong, but you're a Justin Long fan if I remember right. You like Justin
Yeah,
Long.
I used to. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I still do, but
he's
yeah, I
great.
used
He's
to
great.
like, yeah, but I used to like watch all his movies.
Because I think one of the movies I think I remember you first talked about that you really loved was Accepted, right?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, my boy was he liked Accepted, dude. I remember the. But Justin Long's the man, dude. He's one of those guys who's like really helping to shepherd and do things in the horror genre. You know, like him popping up in oh god, I just went blank on the director, but Weapons and Barbarian. You know, him being in those, and he has a
Didn't
few
he
horror movies. Like
direct? He
which one?
directed a segment in one of the VHS films,
That's
not
right. That's right.
Halloween, but the one before that.
That's right. And
Him
he
and his,
has
I think him and his brother or something.
and he has like two or three. I think one of them just became available on demand to rent and buy. But he's done like two or three indie horror films that are supposed to be like really fucking good. And the one that's available on demand, I think it's called Coyotes or something. It's with him and his wife. He's married to what's her name from Superman Returns. I forget. She's in that one your favorite movie, Blue Crush. That's another one you liked, right? You remember Blue Crush? But yeah, just I remember you were a big fan of Justin Long, still are. I love Justin Long. I think he's doing great things in the film industry, especially the horror genre. But okay, cool. Drag Me to Hell. I gotta that's another one. I gotta revisit that one. The next one for me, throwback, The Crow, dude. I gotta watch The Crow this week, man, because I'm pretty like I love how the villains do their thing. They call it was it Devil's Night, but it's like right by Halloween and shit. It's right around Halloween when all these gangsters are
Are
terrorizing
you
the
talking about the
city.
one that just came out like last year?
No, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Good
Skarsgård?
distinction. Good distinction. We are talking the OG with Brandon Lee, directed by Alex Proyas, bro. Fuck that Crow movie that came out, dude. That there's someone I know I'll steal this from her. She always said that shit was trash, and that shit was trash, dude. Like fuck, I was so. Don't get me started, Casey. Don't get me started. We're not even gonna go down that road. We're not gonna do that. But I mean the Brandon Lee one. That's a fantastic movie. It has ties to Halloween in October, and that is just that's just one of my favorite films of all time. But it always makes sense to watch it the week of Halloween, and I do consider it like I feel like some people might be like, that's not a horror movie, and I'm like, I don't know. It's damn near it's a zombie coming to life to fucking murk a bunch of gangsters in this town, and he's an anti-hero, and I feel like it drips. It's horror's one of horror's superheroes. That's the way I look at it. One of
Yeah, I
horror's
mean,
superheroes.
talk about a film that's all vibes and season. Like
Hmm.
that movie is throughout. It's a fall film for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You like that one? Have you watched that one in a bit?
I haven't seen that movie in years, but I did like it.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I gotta revisit that one, but don't watch that fucking other one, dude. That shit was just disgusting and just disgusting, not in the way you want it to be. Disgusting and like, who the fuck greenlit this? You know? Fuck. Anyways, all right. What's your next one? We're on our final one.
Final
Final
one.
one.
I think I gotta go with Cabin in the Woods.
Fuck.
Cabin in the Woods to me is just it's just such a blast. And like every time you watch it, or at least me, I catch like different Easter eggs and
Mm-hmm.
different like nods to other films and stuff. And like I think that's one of those movies where like you can never recreate your first viewing experience of it, but it's still such a fun watch every
Mm-hmm.
time.
And I think that was because I love Cabin in the Woods. Did we see that one together too?
No,
Oh,
I was
okay.
in Florida when that happened, when that came
Were
out.
you really? Holy
That
shit.
came out in 2012. So that was when
Damn, you've
I
been
went to
gone for a
Florida in
minute,
January of
Casey.
2012.
Oh shit, you've been gone for a while, dude. Holy shit. You left the Bay and never looked back.
Never looked back.
Um, Bro, I love Cabin in the Woods, dude. Like that, you're right. That's one of those where like, and I don't know if it was. I don't think it did super well at the box office because I think too it was. My cousin just stayed. Okay, he's good. Um, that was one of those that I think that we followed on internet websites, right? The making of it, but I think it was held back for a
Yeah,
while, right? That was another one that
yeah.
like
It's that movie actually was made before Chris Hemsworth starred in Thor, and
exactly.
I think I think Thor is kind of what pushed Cabin in the
There you
Woods
go.
to come out with his
There you go.
popularity. Because you
You're
watch
right.
that movie and Thor looks like he's like 12,
You're
or
right.
Chris Hemsworth, he looks like he's 12 years old in that movie.
In Cabin in the Woods. He looks
Yeah,
younger. He's not even as big as he is in Thor.
no, he just looks like me and you.
You're absolutely right because like we do look like him. No, I'm just kidding. But I
Just gotta
remember
get the
he
long
did
hair.
Thor, and that movie helped the studios after the fact. They wanted to promote Cabin in the Woods and Red Dawn. Both those
Hmm.
movies came out after Thor when they were already done way before Thor and kind of sitting on a shelf. But you like that you're right about the like seeing that in theaters. Like even though we followed it, right, the making of it and shit, you still didn't know a whole lot about what was going to happen in that film. We were pumped just because it was like, now he's more of a controversial figure and like, he's been canceled more or less. Um, Josh Whedon, we were following that just because based off what he did with Avengers and like it's like, oh, he's branching out with this horror film, shepherding it, and we were pumped on that. And then, but we still didn't know how it was so shrouded in mystery. And then when you see it, and I definitely, this is one of those movies I don't want to fuck up for anyone, like as far as spoilers. But when you get to like the last 30 minutes, that shit just turns into an insane ride that I think
It's
any horror fan is just going to lose their fucking mind on.
it's just batshit crazy, and
That shit
it
crazy,
keeps
literally.
going.
And keeps going, yeah. And then there's layers to it, right? The ultimate reveal at the end, and you're just like, it just keeps getting better and better. You know what I mean? Like yeah, Cabin in the Woods, and I haven't watched that one in a minute. I wonder. That's a movie that definitely deserves like. I see all these, we know all the companies that put out like dope collector's editions and movies and shit. I think Cabin in the Woods deserves a real introspective and in depth HD release on physical media. Like that one
Yeah,
deserves hella special features. It deserves to take another. It deserves documentary that looks back on it. You know what I mean? Um, that's a great movie. I fucking love Cabin in the Woods. That
yeah,
is a
that one's
fantastic movie.
it's a blast.
And all right, so then my final one is super. I feel like I did a lot of throwbacks on this one, except for Grindhouse. Um, Bride of Frankenstein. I love watching Bride of Frankenstein the week of Halloween. It's a short film. It's not long. But if you watch that movie, even though there was Dracula before it and Frankenstein before it, I think Bride of Frankenstein showed what an artistic blockbuster film looked like. If you look at that movie, you could see how it influenced hell of filmmakers after it. Even like Tim Burton, anyone who was with a gothic sensibility, the sets, what the camera's doing. I can't recommend enough to anyone. Like it was way ahead of its time when you look at that movie visually and story wise. So fucking ahead of its time. Just in the first few moments, you know it when it shows a dark forest and carriages riding through it. Like it's a really monumental, epic, beautiful movie, um, and so fast paced. I love the original Bride of Frankenstein. Black and white film. I know a lot of the younger generations will probably hesitate on that one, but I think it's a fucking fantastic horror film to watch, especially the around Halloween. Just think it's so gothic and beautiful and amazing. I love Bride of Frankenstein.
And I think you nailed it on your head with like fast pace. Like that movie is one of
You've
those
seen Bride of
films.
Frankenstein?
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Oh, okay, hell yeah! I was gonna be. I just want. Yeah, I didn't know if you'd seen that one before. Okay, cool. Go
Oh
ahead.
yeah,
Go
I've
ahead.
seen
I'm
it.
sorry.
And it's one of those movies that like it's rare for really for any movie where you watch it and you can't literally cannot like cut a single thing. Like that movie is perfectly edited, paced.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
The
every single
design of it.
shot is important, every single shot is relevant, you know. And it's rare for that. In horror especially,
Mm-hmm.
it's tough to nail that pacing and keep that suspense and
Mm-hmm.
keep the audience engaged, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that
For
nails
a
it.
movie that's black, that's why like for the younger generations, like for a movie that's black and white, it's old. I promise you, if you take the chance and sit there and watch it, you're gonna enjoy it. It stands the test of time. It's ageless. It's ageless. Way more than any of the other Universal horror films. Like I said, I don't revisit. I watch Frankenstein from time to time. I watch Dracula. I actually have a huge soft spot for. Oh God, I just went blank. It's throwback two famous comedians who did a movie with Wolfman and
Abbott and
Frankenstein.
Costello.
Yes, I fucking love that movie. Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein or whatever. But like I really revisit Bride of Frankenstein every year just because it's just so fucking beautiful, you know, and it's just so those visuals just really are just amazing, and just the story itself and the continuation and evolution from the first Frankenstein. Just a dope movie. It's a fun one to watch. I compare it to like watching sitting there and watching Bride of Frankenstein, and then usually I'll watch a Tim Burton movie after that, whether it's like Corpse Bride or like fucking just one of his gothic ones. It's just such a beautiful movie. I love Bride of Frankenstein. Um, but yeah, shit, dude, we just hit. We're doing good. We hit 30. We're at 37 minutes. So fucking, we shared 5 movies each for October, last week of October. So we did it. Episode 3, Casey.
We did it, and it's Halloween.
What are you doing for Halloween, dude? What's your plan? It's on a Friday this year. What are you guys up to?
I don't know. It's
Hmm.
the first, first year in the new house. I don't know if we're just gonna, because we're not in an apartment anymore, so I don't know
Yeah.
if we're gonna get like trick-or-treaters, if we're just gonna hang around here and
Um,
catch that, or I don't know.
I'm not
We'll
sure what I'm
see.
doing either. It's been more than a few years since Halloween landed on a Friday. Um, But shit, yeah, dude. For everyone listening, watching, I hope you guys all have a great last week of October. Have a great Halloween. This shit went by too fast. This month went by way too fast, bro. I feel like I didn't even really get to. I fucking hate when October ends. Um, but hopefully, Casey will catch up on some movies this week. Like I said, this past week, 3 great films became available: Shelby Oaks, Begonia, and Frankenstein. If it's playing near you, and hopefully Casey will see these and we will talk about them. And hopefully for Frankenstein, we will have a few guests on here to talk with me and Casey about it.
That'd be cool. And
But
then
yeah,
we can start talking about like holiday horror movies and
bro, as soon as November hits, we're definitely, which I'm going to do this next week is compile a list of just like all the holiday films. And then we'll just keep an eye on just like, I know beginning the first week of November, we're going to put into effect how we show what's coming out on streaming and in theaters.
yeah.
And hopefully, because I never really know keep up what's gonna release on streaming, but I have a feeling like there might be some. Hopefully, there's some holiday horror movies that drop this year on streaming on some of the pages. So
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure
yeah,
there's some out there.
hopefully it'll be cool to. We'll start reviewing like the streaming films, but definitely holiday horror November and December. That's all we're focusing on. But yeah, this has been episode 3 of the Horror Strain. Me and Casey shared some Halloween horror recommendations, and we will be back.